Hello YouTube! Today we're going to be doing our first ever audio roleplay adventure series with Raiden and myself. And it's going to be zombie survival of Mama Merfolk and Alpha Rexy surviving a burning world in our universe against countless zombies, mutants, and even other humanoid species that have either gone crazy and or just, just gone evil. But
yeah, just gonna be us two, but we're not gonna be doing the voice acting for all the lines because it's a lot, and we'll be showing the text along with the audio with it so you can read it in case you need it. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty sweet.
So this audio series will contain some content. There's going to be lots of gore and violence and maybe even some talks of, depression and ending one's life, as much as YouTube doesn't really like to hear about that stuff. But it also may contain some, flirtations and or some sexy content. So if you're not into that, then you can always just turn away. But yeah. Anyways, here it is. Episode 1, the beginning.
On the planet J. Hedris, far from Silver Prime, there was a city ravaged by a mutant virus. It had escaped a lab as part of genetic enhancements that went haywire. The world was burning, and cities were crumbling. It was a place that only the strong and stealthy could survive. However, Raiden and I had traveled here for a vacation, not realizing this would happen to us, but we weren't defenseless at all. We were two mighty elemental magic wielders, and together we would find our way off this accursed world. One day, as the sky was burning and the undead ruled the streets, we traversed the mangled corpses of cars and other transport vessels. As we approached the source of screams emanating from one street, we see a small group of zombies shambling around, drawn by the sound. The creatures are slow and clumsy, but their numbers are a concern. I glance up at my husband, worry etched across my face. Raiden, his expression grim but determined, nods in agreement. We'll have to act quickly if we want to save whoever may be in trouble.
Stay close to me, I whisper, reaching for your hand with mine. We'll take them down together. My voice is steady, reassuring. I take a deep breath, readying myself for the fight.
I hug you from the side, wrapping my forearms around your obese belly. Oh, my sweet husband, we will get through this apocalypse, I promise, together as a couple. Merfolk and T-Rex.
I smile down at you, squeezing you close to me tightly. Let's go, I growl, pushing my remaining strength to the forefront. Let's show them why we survived this long. With a quick nod, I spring forward, my massive tail propelling me into the air. Landing gracefully on the back of one of the zombies, I slam it to the ground with all my might.
I step out from behind our cover, and use my forearms to conjure up any water in the nearby vicinity. I then shoot shards of piercing water at the zombies' heads around my husband. I grin most deviously, watching the damage my elemental magic does to the rotting creatures. However, with the city on fire, water is scarce, and I know using water magic is dangerous for me in the long run.
The zombies moan and thrash, struggling against the force of the water shards. The husband and wife work seamlessly together, using their unique abilities to take down the undead horde. As Annabella continues to direct her watery assault, she notices one of the zombies starting to turn away from the group, as if drawn by something else.
I notice the fleeing zombie, raising my eyebrow. What the fut? Where the hell do you think you're going? I start to run after it, and I shoot a blast of liquid darkness that decapitates a zombie trying to bite my Beloidian. Baby. I call out to you, I'm going to investigate what is drawing this zombie away.
Be careful, I warn, my voice strained from the effort of fighting. I leap at another of the shambling creatures, my claws extended, ready to tear it apart.
I follow the fleeing zombie, wondering where it is going, jumping over knocked over dumpsters and other dangerous debris littering the ground into the alleyway. Where the hell are you going, you ugly fitch?
The fleeing zombie leads Annabella down a dark alleyway, away from the sounds of battle. Her mind racing, her undead heart stays still, she wonders if she's made a mistake. Suddenly, she hears a soft whimpering coming from around the corner. Could it be another survivor? She steels herself and creeps forward.
I begin to crawl along the wall before using my darkness blade to decapitate the zombie, before I try to investigate the sound of the whimpering. Hello? Is anyone there?
As she rounds the corner, she sees a young woman huddled on the ground, surrounded by a group of zombies. The girl's eyes are wide with terror, and she seems to be losing consciousness. Without hesitation, Annabella launches herself into action.
I use 2 of my lower arms to pick up pieces of rebar, and fling them at the 2 closest zombies to get their attention. Hey uglies. Over here. Come pick on someone your own size. My sail around my shoulders puffs up to appear larger, as I ball up all 4 of my hands into fists.
The zombies turn their attention towards Annabella, their decaying faces twisted in a hungry snarl. She readies herself for the fight, her heart racing with adrenaline. Don't worry, she whispers to the girl, I've got you. With a fierce growl, she charges at the undead cluster.
I conjure 4 blades of liquid shadow, 1 for each of my 4 hands, as I run towards them. I try to see through the heavy layers of soot, and ignore the stench of rotting flesh. I reach the first 2 zombies, and start to slice their limbs apart while they reach for me.
As you are engaged somewhere else, I finish off the undead in front of me and look around for you. You're nowhere to be seen. I hear growling and moaning coming from an alleyway. It must be where you are. I take off at a sprint, my claws extended, ready to defend you if necessary. As I round the corner, I see you surrounded by zombies, protecting a young woman. Your back is to me, but I can see the way the zombies are struggling against your attacks. Your attacks are done with such grace and beauty. I draw in a deep breath and prepare to help you finish this fight.
With renewed vigor, Raiden charges into the fray, his claws slashing through the air. He takes out the last few zombies with ease, leaving the alleyway clear. As he turns to face his wife, he can't help but feel a swell of pride and admiration. You did amazingly well, he says, his voice filled with awe. That was incredible.
I cut off the last zombie's head, and kick its body backwards as its head rolls away. I turn to face my dinosaur husband covered in zombie guts, and panting. Oh, thank you, Daddy, I did it to save this woman. I turn to look at the huddled humanoid female on the ground.
Thank you, I can't believe you saved me. She shivers in fear, her clothes tattered and torn. As she sobs softly.
I smile warmly at my wife, then kneel down beside the woman and gently take her arm. It's okay. You're safe now. My name is Raiden. This is my wife, Annabella. We're here to help you get through this. I glance back at Annabella, my eyes full of love and gratitude for your bravery. Are you hurt at all? I ask the woman, carefully examining her for injuries.
I kneel down next to you, as I check her for any bite marks. Babe, if she's bitten she doesn't have long, check her forehead for her temperature. I reply back, a look of concern on my face, as I put a hand on your shoulder. I can hear the sounds of fire and groans in the distance.
I feel a pang of fear at your words, but I nod and check the woman's forehead. You don't seem to have a fever, I tell her, then look back at you. Do you think she's bitten?
I think to myself, as we help her to her feet. No, she looks good to me. Tell me, miss, where do you live? My eyes narrow at the disheveled female humanoid still contemplating the possibility she may be bitten.
The woman, still shaking, nods weakly and looks up at us. Thank you both so much. I live just a few blocks from here. I just needed to get home. Her voice trails off, and she looks back down at the ground, clearly exhausted.
I take her gently by the arm. We'll get you home, then, I say, my voice reassuring. We'll make sure you're safe. First, though, I think you should come with us. We've got a safe place to stay, and we can help you there. What do you say?
Thank you. I'll come with you. I just need to get home first, get my things. She smiles weakly, and then coughs hard, as the falling ash and stench of death is horrendous.
We help her to her feet, and we follow her to her home.
Raiden and Annabella follow the woman through the ruined streets, carefully avoiding the occasional straggler zombie. Her home comes into view, a small but cozy-looking place just a few blocks away. As you approach, she seems to regain some of her strength, and she thanks you both again and again.
Thank you both so much. You don't even know what this means to me. She coughs again hard, as ash continues to fall from the glowing black clouds above.
I smile, showing my cute fangs. No worries, miss, it's what we do. I give her a reassuring rub on her back and shoulders with two of my hands.
I nod in agreement. It's the least we could do. Now, though, why don't you let us help you get inside? We can make sure everything's secure, and then you can get some rest. I gesture toward the front door, my gaze meeting hers. You've been through a lot today.
Yes, I just need to get inside and figure out what to do. She coughs again and shivers as if from a sickness.
Raiden and Annabella exchange a concerned glance as they hear the woman's words. They know that time is running out, and the longer they stay here, the more dangerous it becomes. But they also can't abandon her now that they've promised to help.
I help her to the front door, as my husband waits at the gate keeping a lookout. There you go, we aren't far away if you need us. I still look at her shivering form, still suspicious if she had actually been bitten or not.
Thank you. I'll be careful. I promise. She unlocks her door and heads inside, coughing hard again.
I nod, watching her from the gate. Take your time. We'll wait here until you're ready. I glance over at Annabella, then look back at the door, worried about what might happen if we leave her alone for too long. But we can't just barge in and take over her life, either. It's a delicate balance, and we have to trust that she'll make the right decisions for herself.
I walk back to my husband, as I watch the woman disappear inside the house. What do you think, Papa? I think she has been bitten. She is showing a lot of the symptoms. What should we do?
I shake my reptilian head. I don't know, Mama. I wish I did. But I think we just have to trust her. If she decides she wants to stay there, we'll do what we can to help her. I sigh, wrapping my arm around you, as we look at the woman's front door. And if she does turn, then we have no choice but to show her mercy.
As you stand outside the woman's home, debating what to do, a loud groan echoes through the neighborhood. The sound of footsteps follows, growing louder and more distinct with each step. A lone zombie staggers into view, shambling toward you.
Oh my goodness, freaking ugly piece of garbage, now is not a good time to bother us. I growl, focusing on the approaching zombie. I raise my hand, conjuring a ball of flame in my palm. With a practiced flick of my wrist, I hurl the fireball at the zombie, aiming for its center of mass. The fire engulfs the creature, incinerating it where it stands. As the smoke clears, I turn back to my wife, grinning smugly and making you giggle.
Oh, you sexy show-off. I give you a smirk as I watch you use your fire magic to burn the zombie. Haha, serves him right, just how I like my zombies. Extra crispy. I laugh at my own statement, trying to lighten the mood.
I force a half-hearted chuckle, but it sounds more strained than amused. I'm still worried about the woman inside. I just hope she's okay in there. What if she has turned? I mutter under my breath. I glance at my wife, noticing the concern in your eyes. You know, maybe we should give her a little more time to think, see if she needs anything.
I look at the woman's house as a breeze wafts the scent of burning rubber and flesh past our noses. That makes them wrinkle in disgust. Yeah. I gag from the smell. We should check on her, in case we are too late.
I clear my throat, trying to focus on the task at hand. Alright, here we go. I raise my hand once more, summoning another ball of fire. With a quick motion, I hurl it at the door, aiming for the lock. The fire engulfs the wood and metal, melting it almost instantly. The door swings open, revealing the smoky interior of the house. I take a deep breath, readying myself for whatever might be waiting inside.
I look at you confused, and giggle. Babe, you didn't have to burn her door lock off. Haha. We could have just picked the lock.
I turn to you, a small smile tugging at the corner of my mouth. It's just safer this way, you know. Just in case something happened to the woman. I step into the house, coughing from the smoke. Sugar, why don't you wait out here for a moment? Just in case. I pause, glancing back at the door to make sure it's secure. Just in case there's anything else we need to deal with.
I look at my Beloidian and smile. Okay, Papa, you go inside and I'll watch from out here. Just carefully kill anything in there so you don't burn the house down, lol. I feel my mouth start to get drier knowing that dehydration of my skin was starting to happen, but I didn't want to upset my dino daddy.
I nod, giving you a reassuring smile before turning back to the smoke-filled room. I scan the darkness, my Beloidian eyes adjusting to the lack of light. A figure stumbles into view, its skin a pale gray and its movements sluggish. Oh great, another one. I take a deep breath and prepare to strike, my hand glowing brightly as I summon another ball of fire. But before I can launch it, the figure collapses to the floor, shuddering and convulsing. I hesitate for a moment, taking a step closer to the fallen figure. I then feel a pang of sadness, realizing that it was the woman we had just helped. As I approach, the smell of burning flesh fills the air. The zombie's movements have slowed to a stop, but it's still twitching sporadically. I can't help but wonder if there's some part of the woman left inside it, still fighting for control. With a sigh, I raise my hand and hurl the fireball at the zombie, watching as it engulfs it, reducing it to ash and smoke. The acrid smell of burning flesh fills the air one last time before dissipating.
The air in the room clears, leaving only the faint smell of smoke lingering. The remains of the zombie are nothing but ashes and dust. Raiden hears a soft thud from outside and turns to see Annabella standing there, her expression concerned.
Hey, Snookums, I call out, turning to face you. Everything okay out there? I ask, noticing the worried look on your face.
I give you a playfully stern look, my forearms folded. I saw you use a fireball, Papa, as I said not to lol. What happened? Did she turn as I suspected?
I step out of the house, feeling a bit sad for what I had to have done. She's gone, my plum tomato. There was no other way. Cremating her was the best way to set her free.
I look down as I feel sad as the poor woman didn't make it. Yeah, I had my suspicions about her being bitten. I'm just sorry she had to experience turning into one of the undead. Question is, my love, where should we go now?
I hesitate for a moment, taking a deep breath. Well, I think we should keep going. There might be more people like her, or even worse, still alive out there. We should try to find them and help them.
I look at you, and then look out at the burning city full of death and ash. Yeah, you're right, I need to find a body of water soon so my merfolk body doesn't dry out. Then I can recharge my strength, and you to get something to drink, my love. I stroke your T-Rex cheek lovingly.
I smile at my beautiful merfolk, feeling a bit more hopeful, cupping your hand against my cheek. Let's do that, and then we can rest once we're safe.
As Raiden and Annabella make their way through the city, searching for any signs of life amidst the death and destruction, they can't help but wonder how many more people are out there like the other survivor, lost to the horrors that have taken over the world. The air is thick with smoke, making it difficult to breathe, but they press on, determined to help anyone you can. They reach further into the desolate city, the corpses of cars and other vehicles are scattered about, as they hope to find food, medicine, and water to drink. We hope you have enjoyed the first episode of our Zombie Roleplay Audio Adventure series. This is going to be a new kind of content we upload to our channel alongside our Gmod cinematic universe. We are currently working on our latest film, a romance between Mama Robot and Delta Rexy, coming soon to our channel. However, in the meantime, we will keep uploading new episodes of our roleplay series for you all to enjoy. Thanks so much for watching to the end if you did, and we will see you in the next exciting chapter of the Silverhair Roleplay Adventures.